Hey, let me ask you something real quick. What drives you? Is it fear or is it love? Think about that for a second. Are you running from something or are you being pulled towards something? Fear may spark your hustle, but love has to be the thing that keeps you consistent. In this video, let's talk about why that matters and how it can change the way that you approach your goals.
It's Philip.
What up, nephews and nieces? Welcome back to another day of encouragement. If you're new here, I'm your guy, everybody's Uncle Phil. For over 2 decades, I've helped some of the brightest minds unlock potential and overcome challenges. And today, I want to do the same thing for you. I got 3 things we're going to talk about. So y'all, let's jump back into the convo. Come on, let's go. Fear can get you started, but it's temporary. We got to understand that fear is a powerful motivator, but it doesn't last. I heard Gilbert Arenas, famous NBA basketball player, if you don't know him, go ahead and Google him. He said this: a lot of people who get it out the mud, they do it because of fear. The fear of staying in the situation that they're currently in. You know, I think there's some truth to that. Fear can push you to get moving, especially when your back's against the wall. Maybe you're afraid of failing. Maybe you're afraid of disappointment. You don't want to disappoint your family. Maybe you're afraid of staying stuck in the same situation or the situation that you're currently in right now. Fear can be the thing to spark the fire to get you out. So we wind up hustling harder. We wind up grinding longer and doing literally whatever it takes to get you out of the mud. But here's the problem. See, fear, it's reactive. It's like running from a fire. And once the flames are out, the urgency is gone. Think about somebody who's working long hours every single day. But the reason they're working long hours every single day is because they are broke. They need to get that money, y'all. But see, once they get the bag, what happens is that urgency, it fades away. Because they have the thing that they were afraid that they wouldn't have. But see, when somebody loves what they do, that energy, that zeal, it doesn't fade away. In fact, that thing grows. So for you right now, I really want you to ask yourself the question, what is driving you? Is fear driving you, or is love driving you? But if it is fear that's driving you, what's going to keep you going when the fear isn't there anymore? I mean, maybe you've been in a place where I've been, like where you've worked so hard because you were afraid to make a mistake, because you were afraid what somebody was going to say about you or what somebody was going to think about you. So you worked extra hard. And when you ran out of time, you found more time. You came in early, right? You stayed late. You did whatever you needed to do to make sure that you were seen in the proper way because you were afraid. What happens when that fear is no longer there, or that person leaves, or you got the bag, or whatever it is? What happens then? See, this is where we got to jump into love. Love is what fuels consistency. Can I say that one more time for the people in the back? Love is the thing that fuels consistency. Love is the thing that's going to show up on the hard day. Love is going to show up when you want to give up and quit. Love is going to show up when somebody was talking crazy about you. In your natural mind, you'd be like, man, I'm ready to get up out of here. But you love the thing that you do, so you stick with it because you love it. Love is what happens so that you can be consistent and continue even when you don't necessarily want to do it naturally. Love makes you show up. Love makes you keep going when nobody's watching. When the results aren't even immediate, love will continue to push you. Do you love this thing? Look, let me ask you, what do you love enough to stick with it even when it's tough? See, when you love the process, the craft, the people enough to stick with it even through tough times, it changes everything. See, suddenly it's not about grinding anymore. It's about growing. Love is the thing that gives your work meaning. It literally turns your have to into a get to. I get to do this. See, for me, when I think about the way that I'm coming on every single day, dropping videos like this, to encourage you. I get to do this. No matter what I do when I get home, I get to do this. I get to create this video. I get to share my heart with you and pour out into you. Listen, you all don't understand. This is recharging me. This is giving me life. This is giving me energy, right? Now the great thing for me when I think about this, being able to encourage people, regardless of whether I film this or not, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna encourage somebody, y'all. See, I've realized that I love encouraging people. Can I be specific about it? I love encouraging you. It does something for me on the inside, which is why I show up to pour out, because it does something for me. What do you love like that? What do you love that regardless of whether you're getting paid for it or not, you're gonna do it anyway because you love it? See, when you find what you love, you'll never need fear to push you because you're gonna do it anyways. See, the thing that I tell people is love pulls you forward. Listen, here's something I want you to try. I want you to write down 3 things that you are genuinely working towards that you love. Share them in the comments if you feel comfortable. I would love to see them personally. And then answer this: what is it that you love about that thing? Maybe it's the impact it has on others. Maybe it's the joy it brings you or the pride you feel when you do or execute said thing. Make sure you keep that list somewhere close to you and let it remind you of why you're doing what you're doing. Shifting from fear to love is the very thing that creates purpose. See, when fear is your fuel, it's all about survival then. I'm just trying to survive until the next day. I'm just trying to survive until the next you fill in the blank. That's what it's all about. It's about survival. And remember what I told you earlier, survival and fear, it's about getting away from something. But when love is your fuel, y'all, listen, you're thriving. Right? It catapults you into a different place, into a different atmosphere. It's about moving towards something bigger than yourself. I want you to just envision someone who's passionate about what they do. They don't just show up for a paycheck or just to prove some doubters wrong. They show up because they genuinely believe whatever it is that they're sharing, whatever it is that they're doing. They believe in that thing to their core. And that thing that they believe, it's connected to their purpose. If you don't get anything else, I really want you to grab this today. When you can shift from fear to love, that's where true fulfillment will actually start showing up in your life. It's where work stops feeling like a grind and what you do starts feeling more like a calling. So look, for you, I want you to ask yourself, what's your bigger purpose? Who are you doing this for? What legacy are you building? And when you connect to those answers, well, you're not working anymore. You're living with intention. So let me break it down for you one more time. Fear can get you started, but it's temporary. Love fuels consistency and it helps you grow. And shifting from fear to love, well, that's what creates purpose. And when you do that, you turn your grind into a calling. So what's driving you today? Is it fear or is it love? And just like that, you got this. So remember, keep God first, keep pushing forward, and your best days are right around the corner. I'll let you on the next go round.
Everybody's UnclePhil, we rise. Empowerment, truth, no disguise. See your worth, it's your time to shine. Hands together, we arise. Everybody's UnclePhil, we rise.